G'day folks, it's Cortezerino and welcome to part 2 of the castle base tutorial. And this is where we left off last time, but in the meantime you should have gone off and followed my castle tutorial and plonked this right on top. And let's get straight into it. I know you've been waiting a while for this tutorial. So the first thing we're going to do is come up to this staircase, turn to the right, and we're going to knock out 8 blocks like so, and then put 2 upside down stone stairs right there. Then grab some plain stone blocks and we'll put them in the floor, and we'll go all the way down to our bulk storage room. So we're looking at this wall up the back. I want you to grab some stripped dark oak logs, and we're going to add 4 to the top there and 4 right there. And then just in the gap in between, we're going to fill it all in with snow. And when we left off with this tutorial last time, you didn't have all this stone up the top, but when you built the castle and placed it on top, you probably put all of that stone in like I showed in the tutorial, but if you didn't, go ahead and put it in now, but we have to fill in a few gaps. So just here, we are going to plug that up with some stone blocks. And then we will turn to this side over here, and we need to make it so we can open some chests up here. So we're going to get rid of those blocks because they'll be above some chests, and grab some stone slabs, and we're just going to run a line of them all the way along the back row like that. And then just in front we're going to use spruce slabs and run them all the way along. Now we're going to do a similar thing on this side, but it's going to be a tiny bit different. I'll show you why in a moment. So we'll get rid of those blocks, and we'll get rid of the line of blocks in front, but then this line up the back is part of our castle up the top, so we've got to be a little bit careful. Looking at the left-hand side, you're going to skip the first 2 blocks and then knock out those 4 right there. And you can see we've got little gaps where we've got some stairs there. So we're going to put 2 slabs up the top to plug that gap, and then just here we're going to put 2 slabs on the bottom and another stone slab on the end. So you will be able to see a little bit of dirt in between our chests, but it won't be too noticeable. Then in front we're going to put a line of spruce slabs all the way along to the end, and then just grab some stone and plug up that gap right there. So that side is a lot messier than that side, but that's okay. Now what we're going to do is just build our double chests all the way to the top, and just double check that you can open the top one once you've done it. So when you're done, your storage room should be looking like this, and you can see you can't really notice the funny bit of the wall behind those chests. So now what we're going to do is come along to our stone staircase, and just up here we're going to put a stone brick wall with a lantern on it, just matching the one beside. Now we are going to come up to this pillar, or this little crossbeam just above that lantern, and we're going to put 4 lines of snow blocks on top. So I'll break that bit of stone and put in another 2 stone blocks. So it's 4 blocks tall. You may have this line of stone depending on how you built the base of the castle, but I've got it. So what I'm going to do is just above these stairs here, I'm going to knock them out all the way to the end, and just where we've got this gap here, I'm going to plug all of this up with just plain stone like so. Okay, now I want you to grab some spruce slabs, and we're going to be placing them at this height right here, and we're basically just going to put a big ceiling over this room and do it everywhere except for right above our staircase. And remember to throw down a bunch of torches, otherwise you'll get mobs spawning in this room. And when you're putting in your torches, just remember to throw a few down there as well, so we don't get any mobs spawning. So now come along to our staircase here, and right next to this doorway, I want to continue this pillar all the way down. So add 2 more blocks there, and I want to add another pillar next to it. And then the 3rd pillar along, I want to build 4 snow blocks. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're just going to continue that snow all the way along until we reach this side here. So we'll just fill all of that in and frame our staircase. And now we've got to put a roof on this thing. So we've got a bit of a gap up here. we're just going to plug that up with stone, and I'll plug up this little bit under that black stone. Now for this line here, I'm just going to put in all plain stone just to show you what it's going to look like when it's done. Whoops, there we go. But when you do the ceiling here, you can see I've got cobblestone and stone bricks. Just go ahead and mix in a bit of that as you go. So when you're done, you should be able to walk through this hallway, and our staircase is nicely framed. And down here, we've got a ceiling on everything. Okay, we are done with the castle, but we do have 3 buildings and a statue to add, and I'm going to do the tutorials for these buildings in separate tutorials, which you will be able to find linked in the video description. I haven't recorded them yet, but in a couple of weeks they will be all done, and you can find the links right there. But what we're going to do today is just build the very bottom of the houses so you know exactly where they're going to go. So the first building we are going to mark out is just to the right hand side of the castle, and the dimensions are a rectangle that is 9 blocks by 19 blocks, and just build this out of stone, and these are the distances away from the anvil. So there's 4 blocks of gap in between on that side and 7 blocks on that side. And what you can do is grab a sign and just name this the cook's house, and I'll do a tutorial for the cook's house at a later date. Okay, now we're going to come up to this end of our cook's house, and we're going to put a cobblestone stair just on the diagonal on that side, and on the diagonal again another cobblestone stair. And then looking in the same direction I'm looking now, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 campfires with a spruce slab on the end, and we'll just put them out with our shovel. And looking in the same direction next to the stair, we're going to go another 3 spruce slab on the end, and we can put them out. And then looking in the same direction I'm looking now, we are going to run campfires all the way along. So that's how you should be looking when you're done. So now I want you to come along to the side where our castle is, and just come along to this corner, and we're going to count in 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In front of that 5th one, we're going to put a stone block, and I'll put a cobblestone block next to it. Then we'll put a stone stair right there, and then we're just going to wrap some cobblestone stairs around on that side, and the same thing right here. Now, every side except for the side here where we've got our campfires, what we're going to do is we're going to run stairs all the way along. And I'm just using the plain stairs here, but when you do it, do a mixture of cobblestone and the plain stone just for a bit of extra detail. But basically, we are just running this all the way along and finishing right next to that cobblestone stair. And that's the base for the cook's house done. And the next building we're doing is the barracks. So you can go ahead and put a sign in there, so when I do the tutorial, you know which one goes in there. And we're putting it just in front of the castle in this corner right here. So you can find our starting point by just coming next to these jungle leaves in the corner and counting in on the diagonal. And that corner block is the 4th block in. So I'll go up above and put the dimensions on the screen. So once you've marked that out with stone, I want you to come to this spot right here, and we're looking at this wall, and we're going to find the 5th block again from the corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like before, in front of that 5th one, we're going to put a stone block with a cobblestone to the left of it, then grab some stone stairs, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, wrapping around on that side, then switch to cobblestone, and we'll go 1, 2, 3. Then grab some cobblestone blocks, and we'll put 1 right there, and 1 right there. And then, just like we did on the other house, we are just going to run stairs all the way around. Once again, I'm just using the plain stairs, but when you do it, go ahead and mix in some cobblestone stairs. So when you're done, you should be looking like that with a nice mixture of stone and cobblestone stairs running all the way around. So now, looking at our castle from the front, turn to that corner over there, and we are going to build another building. and this one is called the Lord's House. So look out for that tutorial. And to find this corner over here, we're going to count in 8 blocks from this corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that corner is the 8th block. So this one is super simple. It's a perfect square that is 11 blocks by 11. And we're also going to add some jungle leaves around this. So if we are looking at the little ramp to go up to our castle, turn to your right, and starting from this side, what we're going to do is look in this corner, we're going to skip a block and place a jungle leaf. And same here, skip a block, place a jungle leaf. Leave that gap right there for the time being. But what we're going to do is run jungle leaves all the way around, just leaving a 1 block gap between the leaves and the stone blocks. And once you've done that all the way around, we're just going to add a final leaf right there in front. And that shows you the far outer border of this house, and the entrance is going to be right here. Okay, now we're going to do our samurai statue. So look at this staircase going up to the next level. And we're going to come along to this corner right here and count 9 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you can leave the 9th one there and break the others. So what we're going to do is make a 5 by 5 square, and this is the bottom left-hand corner. So add 4 there, turn the corner, another 4, and we're just going to go all the way around, just a perfect little square. And this is the base for our statue. So we're going to fill all of this in, but it's not going to be plain stone. What I want you to do is mix in a little bit of cracked stone bricks, a little bit of cobblestone, and a little bit of andesite. Just do it absolutely randomly, whatever you think looks good. And once you've done that, we are going to wrap stairs all the way around it, just using a mixture of cobblestone stairs, stone stairs, and stone brick stairs. So this statue I've already done a tutorial for in another video, but it's not going to take very long to show you the whole thing, so I'm just going to play a clip from that tutorial right now, and you'll be able to copy the statue. There's no talking in it, I just build it and you can copy it from that. But before we start, I'll show you the where the legs connect to this base, so you'll be able to copy it nice and easy. So once again, coming around to the front of our whole structure, what we're going to do is place an andesite wall just in that corner there. And then in this corner, we're going to skip this full block right in the corner, but the next one in on the diagonal, we're going to place some stone bricks there. And then we're going to swing all the way around to the other side, grab some stone brick stairs, look at the block in the corner, just to the left of that, place your stairs right there with a stone block behind that and a chiseled stone brick. So that is the beginnings of the statue. Let's play the tutorial. And when you do the tutorials for these houses, they will have materials lists in their video description, but you might notice for this video I do not have one. It's very difficult from here on in for me to separate the materials that we're using today from the materials we've used on a separate day, so yeah, I won't be able to provide them from now on. Okay, so come along to the front of our entire structure here, and we're going to jump over this first wall. What we're doing is we're looking at this inner wall right here. So I want you to line up with that staircase going up to the next level, and right in front of you should be an andesite wall. We're going to break that and the block behind it, and then we're going to replace that dirt block with a stone block. Then we'll knock out the two next to it and the two dirt, and we'll put in 2 cobblestone, and then knock out the next 2, and we're going to use stripped dark oak logs, and we're going to build a pillar that is 4 blocks tall on each side, and then run 3 across in between. Now I'll grab some chiseled blackstone, we'll put 1 on top of each of those pillars with 3 snow blocks in between. Now still, from the outside looking in, we're going to grab spruce stairs and put 3 upside down right there. And then we'll come around to this side and put in some spruce doors. So we'll go 1, 2 facing each other with an extra one on the end. And that's how you should be looking. Okay, so now I want you to look over to that andesite wall just to the left of our doorway. And not the block behind that, but the next one along, right next to that, we're going to put an andesite stair, and then 2 stone stairs, and a stripped dark oak log. Now on the other side, we're going to look over to this wall, so not the block behind it, but the one just after that. We are going to go a andesite stair, then a stone, and we'll do a cobblestone this time, with a stripped dark oak log. So you should be looking like this, guys. Now from these dark oak logs, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stone with another stripped dark oak, and we'll do the same here, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a stripped dark oak. Now I placed all plain stone there, but what I want you to do is go ahead and mix in the same kind of blocks that we're using on that wall over there. And here is the aerial view, so just go ahead and make sure you have built that correctly. So now come along to this side here, and just where that stair is joining the wall, we're going to place 5 stone blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Against the middle one there, we're going to place a sea lantern or any kind of light block with some light grey carpet on top. And then with plain stone again, we're just going to build this all out until it reaches the same spot as where that stripped dark oak is. So just like that. And we will do the exact same thing on this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where the middle one is, we'll do a sea lantern with carpet, and we'll build the stone out until it's next to that stripped dark oak. Okay, I'm going to do this just with stone stairs, but when you do it, mix in some cobblestone and some andesite stairs at the same time. So looking from this direction, we're going to place stairs wrapping all the way around here until we get to the dark oak. When we get to this one, I want you to face the last stair you placed and place it like that, so that stair is wrapping around. And we'll do the same thing on this side. So stairs all the way around. When you get to the dark oak, face your last stair and place it like that. Okay, we're going to start building our gatehouse, and this little tower I'm going to build right here is exactly the same on the other side. So I'll show you this one, you can copy it to the other. What we're going to do is make a 5 by 5 square of snow blocks, with the center of it being that bit of light grey carpet. Now we want to put 2 doors in, and one of them will be on this side. So we're going to break that bit of snow right in the middle. Then from this direction we're going to place a spruce door. The other door will be opening up into this little enclosure here, this little undercover area. So we will put another spruce door right there. So when you build it on the other side, one of your doors will be here facing toward that door, and the other one will be right there. Okay, now we're going to add an extra 3 snow blocks on top of all the snow blocks we've already placed. So we're making them 4 blocks tall in total. So just go ahead and do that the entire way around. And once you've done that, I want you to grab some spruce stairs, and we're going to put them upside down just above our door with a snow block on top. So go ahead and do that for both doors. Okay, come toward our door here, and I want you to turn to the right, and we'll go into this building. As soon as you get in the door, we're going to place 4 ladders right there. And then with spruce slabs, we're going to plug up the roof. We'll put a little ceiling on it, just leaving a gap for that ladder. So it should be looking like that. Now, on the other side, we'll add a little bit more detail here, but we'll come in this door. Just in this corner here, we're going to put in our 4 ladders, but I'll also put a barrel right there. And then you can grab your spruce slabs again and fill in the ceiling. Okay, grab your stripped dark oak again, and we're going to add 3 more on top of the dark oak that we've already got in the ground there. And do that 4 times, and then each of those 4 are going to have a chiseled blackstone on top. And then just with stripped dark oak, we're going to run a long crossbeam, just connecting those blackstone. Okay, come to the outside of our gatehouse, and in this wall here, right in the middle, we're going to knock out those 2 stone blocks and put in spruce fences, and we will do the same over here. So the 2 right in the middle and fences right there. Now with snow, we're going to run a line all the way along the bottom here, just connecting our towers with the gate. Now next to the gate, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 snow blocks. And then here we're going to put another window, so put 2 spruce fences there. Same on this side, 1, 2, 3 snow blocks from the gate, and then 2 spruce fences. And now you can just build this wall all the way up to the same height as that chiseled blackstone. So that's how it looks on that side. Go ahead and fill in this side as well. And then looking at it from this side, come to the center here, and we're going to put in 2 spruce fences and hang 2 lanterns from there. Now the gaps on either side are exactly the same, so I'll show you this one and you can copy it over there. We'll put 5 snow along the bottom, then 2 on each side and 2 right in the middle, and what's left over are our windows, so we're going to put spruce fences in there. Okay, now we're going to start building up our little towers on each side, so they are the same again, so I'll show you this side and you can copy it to the other. So we're looking from the front here. What we're going to do on our 2 sides, we're going to put 2 layers of snow all the way along. So just like that. Now in the front here, what we're going to do is put 2 snow on each side and then grab some smooth quartz slabs. We'll put 1 on the bottom and 1 on the top, and then come around to this side, and with acacia trapdoors, we're going to place 1 against each slab and then flick them down. So now looking from this side, we're going to do the same kind of window we did before. So 2 snow on each side with spruce fences, and then grab some warped planks, and we're just going to do a 5 by 5 square of planks all the way around the top like so. So go ahead and build that over there. Okay, once again, whatever I do on this tower, go ahead and copy to the other. So we're just going to put 1 of these slabs just out on the diagonal in each corner. So place a temporary slab against the top half of the warped planks, a slab next to it, and then break your temporary one. And then what we're going to do is in between them, we're going to put 5 slabs against the bottom half of those warped planks. So we'll just wrap that all the way around so it's exactly the same on each side. Now it's going to be different on each side, so we're going to come to the side of our tower, grab some warped buttons, and we're going to place 5 along there, and then grab some warped stairs, and just behind the buttons we're going to put 5 all the way along. So we'll do the same thing on this side, 5 buttons right there, and then switch to the warped stairs, and we'll put 5 along there. Now in between our warp stairs, we're going to put some stairs upside down, and we'll swing around to the opposite side and upside down stairs again, and then we are going to place slabs all the way along the top. And then finally, to finish spawn proofing, put a warped pressure plate on each corner just like that. And also to finish the spawn proofing on the inside, we will need to climb our ladder, and we'll just hang a lantern right in the middle. So we've built one tower together. Go ahead and build the other one by yourself. Okay, now I want you to grab some warped slabs and come along to the front where our gate is, and against the top half of those black stone. That's where we're going to be placing our slabs, and we're going to place the line all the way along until it finishes against the snow on the edge of the tower, and we're going to do that on this side as well. Now at the same height on the inside, we're going to do it again, but this one starts at that final black stone and goes along here and finishes at the black stone. We don't put it in front of the towers. So now on top of all those slabs, just run along with your warped buttons and spawn proof. Okay, now we're just going to put a roof over this thing, and it is super easy. So you're going to be having a line of slabs there, then another one up on the angle, and our highest one will be right there. So on this side, it's going to start on top of the black stone and then be just there. So you're just running that all the way along until you connect to the other tower. And once you've done that, grab your buttons and spawn proof on each side. Okay, so looking at it from this direction, come to this big doorway here, and just diagonally out from that pillar, we're going to knock out that block, and another one right there, and same thing here, diagonally out from the pillar, knock out that one, and the next one. That one in the middle, we're going to turn into a path block, and then I'm just going to use a mixture of andesite and stone right there. Now everything on the inside here, all the grass on the inside, just go ahead and dig all of that out. Okay, all you're going to do here is put in a floor. So just randomly scatter about some light blocks with your light grey carpet on top. Just make sure there's enough light that nothing's going to spawn. And then just fill in the floor. And what you're going to do is just randomly place a few andesite blocks and a few stone bricks and a few cobblestone, and then just fill in the rest with stone. So that's going to be your basic pattern, and just do that for the entire floor in there. And then once you're done with that, I have a really boring job for you. We are going to run around the entire thing with soul lanterns, the blue ones, and just place one on top of each of these andesite walls. So just do that around the entire building. Okay, I hope you had fun with all those soul lanterns. Now we've got another big job for you. Just on this wall where we've got the soul lanterns, we are going to be adding 4 snow blocks all the way around. So just go ahead and do that. But what we're going to be doing at the same time is come 3 snow blocks out from that tower, and then we are going to put in a spruce window. And then we're going to go another 3. So it's 1, 2, 3. And then here we put in a spruce fence window. And just continue doing that, leaving a 3 block gap between all our windows, and do that all the way around. So when you get to the corners, your window should be 2 blocks out from the corner, just like that on each side. So when you turn the corner, just add another line there, and that's where your window will go. So I think you get the idea, guys. Just run that the entire way around. And I haven't gone the entire way yet, but what you'll do once that's fully built is right on top, just run a line of your warped slabs, and then come down half a block, and we're going to put another line of slabs on that side. And then on this side, come down half a block and put in another line of your warped slabs. And then you'll have to go along and spawn proof each side with your warped buttons. So when you're done, guys, you will be looking like this with your big wall going all the way around. Okay, now we're going to start marking out some borders. That border over there will be for our koi pond, and this one is for a flower garden. So for this one, we're just using smooth stone slabs, and you're just placing them on top of the grass. And the first one, if you're looking at that staircase there, goes right next to this corner. So you just place 3 right there. And I'll just come up above and you should be able to copy it from that. Okay, now turning to the left, we are going to bury some polished diorite blocks into the ground. And this square is 18 blocks by 18. And to find the spot where we're going to put it, it is 2 blocks away from the front wall. And then the wall on this side, there is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 block gap. So just go ahead and bury that into the ground. And this is marking out a 16 by 16 area for a chunk build. And in the video description, you will find a link to my koi pond chunk build. So you can just go ahead and follow that tutorial to put it in your world. Although, if you want to customize yours a little bit, if you don't want to do exactly what I did, you don't need to use the koi pond because I've done a few chunk build designs here. So this is a Japanese style. We've got a yin-yang garden. You could put that in instead. It's exactly the same size. Or you could even do my Zen garden. So it's completely up to you. I did the koi pond, but I'll link the other tutorials in the description as well. And you can make up your mind which one you'll want to do. You might even want to do 2 of them. So your castle doesn't have to be the exact same as mine. You can do whatever you like. So you could put in the koi pond exactly as I've done, and then put in my Zen garden right in front of it, because these 2 join together perfectly. So go ahead, do whatever you like with your landscaping, guys. I've got lots of little tutorials for that 16 by 16 area. So yeah, customize it and do whatever you like. But if you decide to do the koi pond exactly as I've done, just go ahead and build it. And once you're done, remove the polished diorite on the outside. And this is how it'll be. So main castle's over there. When you build it, just put the fountain in that left-hand corner up the back there. Now I'll show you how to build this flower garden. So for a bit of extra detail, if you want to, you can replace the grass in there with podzol and coarse dirt. I didn't bother when I did mine though. So what we're going to do is start right here with the pink tulip, and then we're just going to place them right next to our stone slabs all along the front. So we're putting the shortest flowers in front, and we'll finish right there. Then grab some large ferns and just around the back here, just randomly place a bunch of them in there, just for a hint of green. And then grab your lilacs and place them on literally every other block. And once you've done that, just go ahead and scatter a little bit of grass around the outside, a bit of coarse dirt. You can throw in a flower and hide some light blocks under green carpet. If you're already in 1.17, you can use moss instead of the green carpet, and that'll look a little bit nicer. So this is how you should be looking when you're done, unless perhaps you joined the Zen garden in with the koi pond. Then your rose garden would look a little bit different because you wouldn't have as much room as I have here. Alright guys, come back toward our gatehouse here. And just in front of that path block, we're going to put a stone block in the ground, another one there, and another one right there. And from here on in, we're just going to start making a path. And I'm not going to show you how to do this block by block. I'll just show you what my path looks like in the end, and you can do something similar. Doesn't have to be exactly the same. And we're also going to have paths coming from each of these gatehouses, and just make sure when you do it, you can see the dirt underneath those stairs. So you break those. If you've got a stone stair above, put a stone block in. If you've got a cobblestone above, then put a cobblestone in there, and it just looks a lot nicer. So we will do the exact same thing over here. So you'll put an andesite block underneath that one. So what we're going to do is connect all these 3 paths together and then send the path all the way over to our bridge. So go ahead and pause the video right here and just make a similar path. Don't try and do it block for block the way I've done it, otherwise you will be here for absolutely forever. And what you can do is just mix in the occasional spruce plank as well for a bit of extra detail. If you're trying to spawn-proof the entire area, what you can do is actually bury a sea lantern in the ground, and instead of spruce planks, put a spruce trapdoor on top, and that will let some light out. And you can also throw some coarse dirt around, a little bit of grass around the edges, and sea lanterns under green carpet. Just scatter a few of them around as well. Maybe scatter lots if you want your base completely spawn-proof. So yeah, just go ahead and build a path. Okay, remember when we counted out from this corner to find the location of our statue? We're going to do the same thing, but we are going to go in this direction this time. So I want you to place 10 blocks, just counting blocks. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And after that 10, we're going to knock out 3 blocks in the ground. And we're going to place the occasional andesite, but mostly stone in the ground there. And then we will get rid of those 10 temporary blocks. So now on each side of this line, we're going to go 2 blocks like that from the diagonal and 2 like that. And we're basically building a circle. So 2 in this direction, then 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, and 2. And I'll show you this from above in a moment so you'll be able to understand it a lot easier. But just inside this, just place a few andesite blocks randomly and fill in the rest with stone. Now on top of all these blocks in the ground, we are going to place smooth stone slabs. Just go all the way around, and now I can show you the aerial view. And this is probably where you'll want to pause the video and just copy that and make sure you've put it in the exact location that I've done. So once you've done that, inside of this circle, just go ahead and dig out a single layer of grass. Now grab a polished andesite block and find the exact center of our circle and just place the block right there. Now looking in the same direction I'm looking as now, I want you to put another polished andesite on each side. Then we're going to put a polished andesite stair right there, and then looking from the sides, we are going to place 2 more. And we'll do the exact same thing on this side. So 1 in the middle, and then 2 more looking from the sides. Now come back around to this side right here. What we're going to do is place a cauldron right in the middle with an anvil on top and a lantern on top of the anvil. This works on Java Edition, but if you're playing on a console, I'm not sure if you can put the lantern on the anvil there. So you might want to mix up the blocks a little bit and create something original. Now on each side of the cauldron we'll put flower pots. I'll put a birch sapling in that one and a bamboo on that side. Okay, now I want you to grab some andesite slabs, and next to the 3 long walls we're going to put 3 slabs down the bottom and do that on all 4 sides. And for the corners what we're going to do is go 1, 2, 3 just like that. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3. So they're running all the way around. Now what we're going to do is grab gravel and just replace all those dirt blocks with our gravel. And if at any time you find that you've built something like this, like 1 block off in a weird direction and it's not the same as mine, do not worry, just leave it exactly as you've done it. It's like I said, I did most of this randomly, so you can have something a tiny bit different. So now I want you to come along to these 3 blocks, which were the first ones we placed when we measured out from that corner. What we're going to do is just on this side of it, we're going to place a spruce log, and this is the one with bark all the way around. Just behind that we'll place another one, and then we'll switch to the normal spruce logs where you can see the end, and we'll go 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then back to the one with bark all the way around. We'll place 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. And what we're doing is we are making a tree stump, and we'll do the tree later, but we'll just put the stump in place now. And then right here you can knock out that block and put in some coarse dirt with a large fern. Then just grab some grass and some sea lanterns and stuff and just decorate around our little pond. And this is all I did, nice and simple. I've got some sea lanterns hidden under the green carpet. Got 1 flower and just a little bit of grass, another sea lantern right there. And just do something kind of similar. Now I keep calling this a pond, but there's no water in it, so you can go ahead and put your water in. just waterlog these andesite slabs when you go around. And when you're done, the center should waterlog itself. Whoops, I put one a little bit too high there. Try not to flood our entire area. There we go. And that's your pond all done. And we're going to leave it here for today, guys. We are 40 minutes into this tutorial, and it's my guess that it's going to take me another 40 minutes to get the entire thing done. So that will be part 3, the final installment. But in between now and then, look out for the tutorials for these 3 houses. I'll start throwing them out pretty soon. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm Cortezerino. I will see you later.